So 3 years ago, I was introduced to a Chinese company named Yongnuo. I couldn't even say it. I didn't even know what it meant, but all I knew was they made these super cheap flashes that worked really well. Since then, I've bought 12 of their flashes and I use 8 of them at every single wedding I shoot, and they're awesome. Last year, they came out with a 35mm autofocus lens for right around $100. So I bought this 35mm. It was like an F2 lens, and it worked okay. It worked about as good as a $100 lens would work. It wasn't the sharpest or the fastest or the quietest, but it worked well, and my clients had no idea that I was using a $100 lens rather than a $1,000 lens. So when they announced the 50mm 1.8, I bought it as soon as I could. And it came in the mail yesterday, and I was super excited to get it. So I got it out of its package, and I opened it up, and I went to mount it on my camera, and I realized that it was a Canon mount, which will not go on a Nikon camera. So I had a Canon body. So I put this lens on the Canon body and ran around with it for a little bit today, and it performs pretty well. It is a little bit loud, so you can hear it a little bit, but that doesn't really bother me. It's not the fastest, and it doesn't always grasp focus right away. But again, this lens was only $50. I bought this from China for $50. It's an autofocus lens for $50. That's unheard of. So I'm pretty excited about it just because of its price. Will I use it in a wedding? Probably not. I have a $1,000 50mm, but honestly, I don't know if it's going to look too much different in real world results. I reached out to the seller I bought it from and said, hey, your lens is actually a Canon mount, not a Nikon. So they're sending me a Nikon mount, and it'll be here in like a million weeks because it's coming from China. But as soon as that gets here, I'm going to do a comparison with the Nikon 50mm 1.8 and the Nikon 1.4 and the Sigma Art, and then the $50 Yongnuo lens. So I'm really excited for the Nikon mount to get here, but for now I have the Canon mount and it does decent results. Would I recommend it for professionals? Probably not, because the autofocus is a little slow and it's not sharp all over. But for someone on a budget, someone taking pictures of their kids, someone just learning, it's incredible. It's the best priced thing in photography since those flashes I found a few years ago. So that's it. Make sure you check out my other videos and ask me any questions you may have.